Hello and welcome. This is Gigi, and this will be a monthly tarot reading for my September, my Virgos, and wait. This is for Scorpios. I almost said September. Then it's gonna be all over the place. But Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. September 2019. Okay, tower reading. I want to let you know that before recording the reading, I always meditate and ask Spirit for guidance. So one more time, this is a monthly tarot reading for my Scorpios for September 2019. And just so you know, I've been trying to find a place, somewhere where there's a good light, and it's just not working on my end, but still I wanted to make sure I come today and give you this reading for you, my Scorpios. So let's see what Spirit has to say for this month of September 2019. I will put the information on the card that I'm using below. This is Morgan-Greer. I also have Zombie Tarot and the Seeker card as well with me, Seeker Tarot. And so let's see what we have for this month, for September 2019 for my Scorpios. Four of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Wands in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse, Prince of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Okay, like some of you are really wanting to go into a different direction in terms of your ambition, in terms of the way you're making money. You're even looking at training. So if you need to do a training or like a program or certification, some of you are looking at it. You want to increase your worth, your value, my Scorpios. You have finally understood that you are being undervalued in terms of the revenue that you could bring to you. You have been thinking a lot about that right now, and I think that the most important thing right now, it's time to act, because you were giving the tools. I see a lot of tools that you possess to actually bring you exactly where you want to go. Justice. And so here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I'm sorry guys, let me just, for those that like to see the cards, I'm trying to put the cards in a way where the camera could be showing the cards. I don't have to redo this reading. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So yes, I feel that, some of you have just maybe realized now more than ever that you're being undervalued in terms of your worth. Okay. And the funny thing is, I feel that you're trying to work really hard at finding the balance, but there's something that you're going to have to let go. With the Two of Wands in the middle, you may not be able to juggle everything. You might have to give something more time. So if it's a creative pursuit, now you want to draw, or you want to paint, or you want to do dance, then you're going to have to put that as a priority in your life, and the other things going to have to fall back for a while, because you're finding some issue in finding balance. With the Six of Pentacles in the middle, it's hard for you to find the balance in terms of what you feel you're worth, what you're bringing out, what you're showing, and what you're capable of. I think some of you have not understood that you're capable of doing much if you work the right way, not just overcompensate. It's like you could be good at doing something, and for a time it give you some amount of resource, and now it's just like you're finding yourself having to work twice hard for something that you used to do, or that used to bring you a lot of revenue. So now you're thinking about different avenues. That seems to be like a business-minded type of reading for the month of September. I think you had a lot of expectation in the past in terms of love and relationship, and now just like you're just turning your back at a lot of people that have been kind of bringing you a lot of disarray, a lot of stress and anxiety, a lot of work trying to figure them out. Maybe you were really wanting to build something with someone, and you're realizing that it's not possible, you know, that whatever you want is not, is gonna set you back. So you're being very rational right now in your thoughts. Although I do see you being a little bit emotional here, my Scorpios, because, you know, for Scorpios sometimes it's not easy to let go, and there's some expectation even in terms of money or growth. That's very difficult for someone to say, you know what, like the growth that I'm looking for, whatever I'm going towards, whatever I want to build, I have to just leave that behind and just move on, look at a different direction, look at something different. You may not find exactly what is the new thing that you have to be looking at, but there's a lot of opportunities coming your way. The most important thing is you have to work, okay? Just don't think about relationship for now. Okay, you know, there's something about, I love Vedic astrology because I think it goes deeper than Western astrology, and it talks about Jupiter aspect, how Jupiter aspect whatever it gives you. When Jupiter is in Sagittarius, unfortunately, it doesn't aspect Scorpio, okay? And the aspect that it does, it's kind of very challenging. So it aspects the second house, so there's, you know, balancing like the worth of how one's feel with their family, their network, you know, if they're feeling taken advantage of, or if they have good relationship, fair relationship. The sixth house, which is enemies, disease, like, you know, having to deal with enemies, not knowing who they are, and they're just like came out for you. And then the 10th house, which is the house of career and work and reputation. So some of you, maybe you're seeing something about your personality that you want to change. See, the sun came out, but you know, you're still holding on. There's something that you're still holding on. With the Six of Swords in reverse, it seems to be connected to your career, okay? But you have good charisma right now. You have the ability to convince people, to really connect with the people around you, okay? You know, financially it could be a little difficult only because, you know, you've been dealing with so many things that came to you, my Scorpio. So you feel a little bit, money could be running low, okay? Partnership also, you might be isolating yourself, which, you know, with a lot of planets going to come towards your 12th house, and at the end of September, you're going to be feeling some type of way, but you have to work really hard and remember who you are. I think for some of my Scorpios, it really is important that you work for the next 12 months into positive thinking and positive affirmation, because I find that some Scorpios are just kind of really worried because of the lack of really control they have in their life, okay? Look, the transformation card, the death card is there, came out. I manifested it in your present position. You know, my Scorpios, like, this is going to be a good ending. A good ending. And if you have any planets in Sagittarius that was just kind of like, you know, if you have a lot of planet that was in Mula, in Vedic astrology, it's like degree that is in about maybe like between 0 degree to, I would say maybe 1 degree. There's like maybe 3 different or 2 constellation, okay? So this is Vedic astrology. It's not the same degree as in Western. But if you have some planet in Sagittarius, you know, maybe there's some type of karmic bondage that you're going to be released of. I feel that you're doing things differently, especially in terms of your health. Okay, you're still very hurt. But you know what, Scorpio, don't be negative. I still see love around you. You know, it's just that I understand that you were not, some of my Scorpio haven't been really realistic into how they thought things would manifest. But don't be negative, because I have a lot of love around you. Someone wants to talk to you. There's like a quick change in your relationship. There's someone already ready to step in the scene, okay? Someone very serious, someone that you have known before, but for some reason you're still so anxious about the end. You're always thinking about the end. Like, what's the end? What does that mean? Like, You know, you don't have to destroy everything around you to start from scratch, Scorpio. You could just build from what you have around you. Remember that. Let me clarify the Two of Swords. Is this deep, really disappointment? See, a lot of people cheated Scorpios. A lot of people are cheated Scorpios. And Scorpios, you're not like, the guidance that you're receiving is not really coming from the horse mouth, like from someone. It's coming from your own damn intuitive mind. When you're receiving downloads from above, from God, what it's showing you, it's telling you, voices talking to you. It says, well, this is what happened, and this one is like, try to have a balance with this, and this one is a good person, make sure that you treat them right, or maybe your behavior, like your words, be careful. Like, it goes both ways. Scorpios are not victims. I mean, yes, here I see that some of you did you wrong. I think you had a lot of people coming at you for whatever reason. You tried to partner up and build something for yourself. You didn't do the due diligence and research the people that you wanted to partner up. You saw some superficial similarities, some superficial connection, and that was it for you. That was enough. And now with this Virgo energy, you're going to know and you're going to understand that you're going to have to do your through research thoroughly. And that, no, you cannot judge a book by its cover, and all those things that you know, you need to put them into practice. And enough of just being ruled by your heart. Your heart is not really capable of making decision because of you not having the confidence that you need right now. Dealing with all of that, you know, obstacles, all of those people coming for you. I think what it is there's a lot of people think that you have things that you don't. Could be money. Maybe some people think that you have a lot of money because of how you organize yourself, your own budget. And mind you, they don't see what you're doing. A lot of Scorpios spend time alone. So they just assume, and you're keeping you're so secretive, right? Keeping information that is not for other people to know, to yourself, not sharing with nobody. Prevent people to really also know you. It's not just like no information about you, but if you just block that altogether, it prevent people from knowing who you are. The Hermit. You're going to be really thinking about your behavior, because what it is you have big dreams coming out, Scorpios. You have really the capacity now more than ever to execute a long-term dream that you possess, which also will put you, to see the star that he holds, the Hermit, he holds a star, he's looking at the star. So you're going to be looking at dreams that you have, and now that you understand that you have the capacity to fulfill them, and that you're the one stopping yourself by attending to things or people, relationships that are not valuable. So now you're switching. And that comes with a little bit of hurt, because you have to lose your ego, my Scorpio. Some of my Scorpios have to really look at how you treat people. Not just how they treat you, but how you treat people. Have you been fair? Have you been working on respecting other people, not to take over them, even you know that you want something and they can give it to you? Like, what's your approach? Can you change that? Can you change that for the better? You know, you attract more with honey than vinegar. So you have learned a few things about communication. We see the Hierophant, which is Sagittarius. Jupiter has showed you a lot of things, and mostly about keeping your things to yourself, not divulging too much information. Information could kill you, you know, if you say things, or, you know, even if they are true, you know, you still have to learn that boundaries about what not to say, not just who to say. Most importantly, not to say. You don't say to nobody, so you don't have to worry about who would say anything, right? And then you have the Hangman in reverse. I think that, you know, with this transit of Neptune retrograde, now you've lost, you know, this blindness that you had. But let me tell you something before I end this reading. You know, you have Neptune in your 5th house. So it's a house of true love. You Scorpio, you're very lucky. You're one of the luckiest Scorpios in a long time, because Neptune is the ruler of the 5th house, which is the house of love for Scorpio. So you have Neptune hosting in this house. So true love is coming for my Scorpios. This is guaranteed, okay? Neptune comes to this house like once every 200 some years, okay? It stays there for like, how long did it stay in one sign? I think for 16 years or something like that. Anyways, so, but what's the thing with this, the shadow side with this planet, because it's the 12th house, it represented last time, it's very deceptive. So not because it wants to deceive people, but because it has some hidden addiction that it's dealing with. It could be drugs. Maybe now you've been smoking too much. You need to stop. That is actually hurting your budget, or it's hurting the quality of work that you do. It's using your time. It could be alcohol that it brings you the wrong people around you, drinking alcohol, or like some type of addiction. It could be sex too, like you get, involved with the wrong people. You could get sick. You could get a disease, because also the 12th house Neptune is about hidden disease, right? Sexual disease or any type of illnesses. It could be like chronic illnesses that are hard to diagnose. So knowing that ahead of time, my Scorpios, what you should be doing now is to kick out the habit that you have, or whatever you do for those that are single, that prevent you to connect from people. Maybe it's too much isolation. The 12th house Pisces is the last placement of the stone. It's also about isolation. Maybe you spend too much time alone. People can't see you. So this is a hint for you to know that, if you want to manifest something that has to do with relationship, 8 of Cups in reverse, which is a good sign, then you need to understand that 6 of Wands in reverse, that you need to stop those self-undoing behavior that's being hosted in your 5th house. See, look, the 5th house has all that energy where it wants to give you. It's also looking for its soulmate. You have your soulmate there. Either that person could be dealing with addiction as well. Okay, so you have to understand how to deal with that. But I'm going to end this reading here for you, my Scorpios. Let me know how this resonated with you. Until next time, send you lots of kisses. I love you.